sa yeze bro mizini kwamina esuman Ora Bernard Ogo na Orobo in Chidom as producer na yeze dwumizino yeze abro na nakwahin Osman Nab wonyina so Orobo in nature dom na yeze dwumizino yeze abro ende yatena se nsemi bebrewo a yebehwe na yezi nkomo ende yebezi nkomo de Ghana fo yebezi nkomo as youth of Ghana yebedi nkomo as Ghanaian na yahwe nzeme bia orokodo ewo yemanima owo de yapia ho asam na yakanentam ama entum na chede azeno wanjibum na wanse kra yenyimde onche biara abato babado na MPP ama yuku no 4th of November wako oye special delegate conference na wekeyi oye wane obia obedi wonenyim de Franka Tufo na oze one akọ 2024 election na insembebre aba onye dame ensamon na mohwe but then yarehwe in general ebezin komo in general monetization in Ghana politics. Monetization in Ghana politics. Is it vote buying or does it amount to bribery and corruption? Yabohwe dame ensemi ebieni na izi ho enkomo yebokwa homa no do na yenyi impemfo ekezi enkomo ho na ansa na yebokwa no mobo indibi na eti na after dame enzi no na enkomo twetwe no ashase mejide waso ewofia I mean you'd interrogate the voice na ehu ensam no moroko na yedru kawadwen no da etum na abam na abakawadwen dem roba ya omani yenyina no ebotum na yako yenenyim
kastlefm 90.3
President Okeno, we should be citizens, not spectators. And I believe that this morning you are going to be a citizen, but not a spectator. Ni na yahwe ema omani akonenyim. Ghana Bar Association, e won so waka say. One oye conference a obeye ewo Cape Coast ni no relating to corruption, calling on the president to do his best. The obotum na wahwe na wa Brazil. Any issue we are going to discuss this morning. Yabahwe newspaper no more in some kakra nso aba ewom. Na yaboko ora Aaron esumawo na anepe yebesa bontini amen apomize no ho ensam. Onitime yiwa homa no mfimfiri ha ana me yiwe free ni mfimfiri ha. Merebesisia but maminka wo there ko Facebook sisia na ko like share na leave your comments na yentum na yenkan infamo. I'll be back. Yamfasida informa Kivo hot pepper yes and one ni enumoko a wabe egomando wazi moko fresh wazi aba wanyam wazi egwadim kama enti eyosuenyi eyedwuma restaurant choba hotels baby will be ano say ediban edimoko na edi ankoteza maye kanfo amo e kivo hot pepper sisa do hia de beko akoto oye moko na nyam prepared no buy edin pa entiji ukivo hot pepper na faye ediban moko ne da ona na ebeti won fa bibiara mfemfrem o de kivo hot pepper moko so wonyi ndwumoko a anapei worboa ema yezi dwumezi yezi abro yenkwa homa no do na yenkezi inkomo emfa yan apomzi no ho ora Aaron Isuman abado obayin good morning.
Good morning.
Na apome
90.3.
I don't want to say name.
all right and Ghana for orito meji de Yoruba kra no so ha wa bia pa ori twebinum wona na ori twebinum wona diabetes anapei ehwe
And I pay the Memphis in Kastle Farmer Kastle 90.3 and Ghana Health Service in my food in area. Young Kada Warubu Juma na Emberdra Yadosho Bibia Cinema. And the Yerishe or diabetes type 2. Diabetes na kasane umu type but in the concentration or type 2. Because diabetes ko diabetes is an or chronic disease yabia enya onyo betina wa bra o pancreas no ontumi enye juma yi na on produce be a friend or insulin na on famboa mbia no na on fine juma na dem as say otum happen wa bra yebetu akade nipaduano o produce azire no insulin or a hormone obwa ema or regulate your blood glucose. You find the damn pandemic so menya car on the car is the oil guma obwa ema engine otum or run ye papa
okay
in the wabra o car ni oil why fi announce the oil in engine no otum bo engine demna insulin no otumna oye or produce obwa ema nipaduano or use effici otumobwa ema konemduano otum okonkane name this year be enka nkoye mpanyikonkutin but this time my pharmacy yetumi yenye bi between the ages of 15 to 70 90 upwards on my CCR no very very alarming. Yen share ne insanchenzi dia otum ordinary wa bra obi wenya oil type 2 of diabetes. Only pakrono dada or feel there also there on the musu. Bonye beka de feeling very testy. And there you will do your honor and the man will dry. Demona usite. And the musu on Charibiana will dry then also esan and the musu build. The man so swanching so attack swanching part type 2 diabetes idea. Who swanching the echo washroom the next 30 minutes next swanching or the view. But when any blood vision when you have the best kakra. As if you are another man when you're the issue was the engineer 5 minutes be and sana akoyin say oyen tata or chede oil types 2 EB. Bibia na abre. Bibia na abre. The least work of Bibia, you feel very tired. And the other one I'm going to make unintentionally, you are losing weight. Some day it is deep high, some day so as if you are every year, my but still now over to na erito. Their minds and changing and I met Macade or some cardinal intentions there were type 2 of diabetes etumina enya. Type 2 diabetes no say etumna yehun ntema etumna yesowano. I'm sensitive to the name because etum that diabetes enya diabetes on your till you die. But especially the type 2 no say who in tema na eso so wa na nya ho do no ma otum na ofiko ye metu ma cancer there answer na doctor nyi be diagnose there a type 2 diabetic person na we do mo a chere papa for oil type 1 is the only year I pena asasi eruhu tenjenzi, but for the type 2 is it about to me what na book to be looking cannot about to me what na almost by 5 years. Wabra warampu enyim pu there a type 2 diabetic patient and eroko neighbor. The basic na ya boy who name on a medical macano early detection of one. Nipa menyara munko ayosabia. Nipa menyara muntedri. Semu hunam biano nshile simuda min kebisa de ebla zina ori mi de biada. Dinde yareba no wakaina to ansana yetumna etuhu anamon. Enti ye boy na kede. Oh, today you when you work and you got 3 months biano announce there. In your first quarter media, we want to change a pedestrian walker oil. As a washing day, we wash the car inside which will need papa. The mother and sometimes you could to a general cleaning. We call for general cleaning. Why then you pay pianos in 2 million from Kwaya Sabia? Now, any shape with them genuine with the assault. Big Biara or local ye ever. Name other preventive women to my kind day. Yembo yahu was na there, yebe reduce weight. Some edimo honoma on the wire can start out in the years or tea. Ghana no say a body on the ACCI that you there be more area question now or the house or so or two or the bro. He needs to know woman obi honum na onyim bro the time biano you go to obotobi. For Chema Obotobi, Bantikakotoma, Urchema Obotobi, Achemboruchema Obotobi. Anytime it be an operated Conano, name you must say a payful there, Woma yen fairly sugar, Woma yen reduce in the canned drinks waba and oil bottles one sugar content no oil a big dose of papa. You must say that Kayan found no find your food. Now using more of food. Food, you know, sometimes we eat it as food. So, whether it's the food that impua a basa, is the honor or food. But at the impua by 10 cities, let's say this one honor you are eating food on your vegetables and on your fruit you are eating or your bandy and easy. In so, ya are going to hear papa bra, ye what this condition. Ye entire no so. Yeah, member is to come in the head and sana yakape su na yanon. Maybe the America day, Ghana Health Service, Yenembo, Yebuya Mobibiara, Equa, Bisa Oil Wellness Clinic. Oh, in your honor, Salai, in your honor, worker day, Yenjo within war, computer, baby, call na catching the pandemic check me, essentially, Araba, and Nubia. Yeah, able to me at Podema machines, checking and sugar level fee, able to my talk, my next media or your young doctor or your on board. Now you have to me use them as strips. I'm in Nara, it to me a boy and Effie or diabetes type 2 year and a pay. There is a winter boy. Internet, maybe see her now as a wage. Today, I was in this na metumia mabo.
Na esi impwa no yebezi mpa 3 ma yanto bebre na inzi.
Enyo nutrition for my say there. Food ankasa is as there yes what's the baby food in a way that yes the purpose of not as a band baby a means that no able to mark in Boba entities. Now is the no it is food. But there food there is the demo by boy benya nutrients kaka. Now other can ways the banner a pretty 4-star diet. Later on you ever share what the 4-star diet would be.
Okay.
But as feed in Nankasa day, after import 10 cities, name cutting. Import 15 cities, import you are eating to them a half of gobe. I was dancing over a reason. Domina will see okay.
All right, Aaron Isman and a payma yanda say bebre for the insightful health education and pay as a amen.
Good afternoon. Michia, the Suffolk Union.
Obianso Jodo pa. Yes, of course. It beat away. Yensi in Komonumu. Since Ghana, Yebodru Ibribia. We choose money over competency. Yes, you get me right. We choose money over competency. And per the Auditors General report, today, Ghana, you lose about 3 billion Ghana cedis every year. 3 billion Ghana cedis every year. Now, yeah, from 2000, besi de mibri. Nasa every year you lose 3 billion Ghana cedis. Let's do this simple calculation to corruption. This simple calculation. Na yanshade. Yerko Amando IMF ana yerko Jebusia nadi. If the misike yinano are all drained just like that. If the proper mechanism are in place, those involved in bribery and corruption, when you want to kejinam brano, and can be free there, and zama sisa. But always, the political frontiers, they preach, we are fighting corruption, we are fighting bribery, but every year biano, eyo babon there. Still corruption or yaza or super. I am not talking about a particular government, but Mekasade as a country. What sort of mechanism no the do form? Now this bribery and corruption no obo form. Me sama making you na onye den. On Chebiara 2024. Yaba two aba. And yenyimde NDC where you one presidential aspirant, another presidential candidate obezi onenyim obiara uncontesting, another there's a contesting bempa. I mean, it was obvious that the former president was going to lead and occur nafa. Now, menchwa bin engineer asemido. Wabra ena waroto abano. Another waroto one parliamentary candidate wori you wano. Ensembi kodo ewa Ghana ha. And mentasi. Why there? If I am to vote for you, you need to offer me money before. You need to offer me car before. Me chumna me vote me say amon. And because there, ibin mo sika sini binti. Ebia, ibin poni competency only that person will take that position. But because owo sikenti, na obetua sikenti, we will tend to vote for that person over competency. Delegates, party members, at times, how much do you get? These politicians, oba or say or kaper impuntu aba. So must you pay for me to vote for you before etumna kaper impuntu aba na? Must you give me money before I vote for you? Na ono ena ne pay obi pedo oye political economists. Also, oh, it is not bribery, it is not corruption, but oye vote buying. Now the question is, what is vote buying? And actually the definition of bribery You hear the definition of bribery and then the vote buying. Osode memisika ansana menya kwenya ne de ana mato abana mizamo ana I give you my power. Now on the 17th of October, Honorable Alfred Obin Boaten, MP for Bebiani and Hwiaso Bekwai constituency, made a statement or a public statement on Intina Mebobon Nzeno at Asempa FM. I am not tackling him as a person, but Marisha, the comment that he made with regards to Ghana currently, yani economic standard yoho. Na mamembo Nzeno nchro na te Nzeno ewia mebo Honorable Kennedy akompreku e Japan nisu kopem ewo tamale na ode insembi ditugwa ewo ni conversations no mu ode insembi ditugwa. So omeyehu clearly there when it comes to our political environment are both the NDC and then the MPP. Debiano Ekuba Obo Ekrunech there. One is not doing well in fighting corruption. One is not doing well in fighting bribery. Now it turns out that within them, this corruption and bribery is going on. Giving me money to vote for you. And at the end of the day, the agencies established by the Constitution of Ghana watch there sabi obiri drumidi ana this bribery and issue per our constitution, it is against the laws of this country. So what are the steps the agencies are taking to bring these people to book? Akamai there say aben biba, then they will chase the previous government. Ibinima were free there. They involved in corruption acts. And see, the next government Baban also although chase the previous government. No more imbebia were free there. They involved in corruptible acts. But yembisa there, Abanot see Egodo at that particular point in time. If there Nankasa ne Nkrofubi, ni members of parliament, ni appointees are involved in bribery. What is the action that they take? But Mamembo Nzi Neti, as an MP, Obotumwakade, Odu Baby, he has to hoard dollars to pay money to delegates for him to gain a seat. Coming out publicly, boldly, saying that, say, there were different jurisdictional, and I don't think that MP will still be in parliament, but he's still in parliament. Most of the MPs, Yabekade, allegedly, they were also involved in this. Yenti inzi na yambra, na inzi nkomo.
It's fair to say that our public service and offices are riddled with bribery, embezzlement, and corruption. Procurement breaches are right.
All right, yenti Ura Alfred Obin Boaten, yeti Ghana Bar Association, one president Ninsama Ozituga.
Nim say day one, and nim say amount for me bano upon resistance no man. This time they will regroup, get more forces, put their resources together and fight one person. 80 minimum way no so no minimum amount for strength. Minimum be a financial limit. Minimum be a financial limit or minimum be a financial limit. 80 minimum how much they can easily pull and how when you have maybe 1 million Ghana, you can give away maybe 1,000 and the corp primary nipa be 1,200. The other time the minimum we paid around 3,000 Ghana cedis per person. I'm telling you that to come the baby primary is in dollars. Had secured long ago. I must be frank with you. Just say, and yet I am a cancer. I have dollars there for that premise. What I can tell my delegate is say, we'll be contesting this schedule between I'll pay more than that. And they should take it from me because I have enough money. Boom, no mutual 10,000 per delegate. I'll pay more than 10,000 cedis per delegate. You pay to if they go 20,000, I'll pay more than 20,000 because what I know how much I'll put there. I know how much I've reserved. It's not this kind of year in dollars. So the end say.
All right, enti wetum akabane there. Now Sikano or change called dollars. Then they hoard the money, waiting for primaries. Now wetum now I spend. And he say, member Biano onya 3,000 Ghana cedis. Obibo to me tuamo but only mobiane strength. And Sikano di be a sia odra obotum weyi nano so was spend ama enkofo etum na ato aba ze amano. Meanwhile Ghana we are crying. Odu baby crampono dollar no all rising cost so it means these political actors they are contributing factor to the hikes in inflation in Ghana because you can with the BSC in the young lecture in the one ankasa so preach there yen for yen is can call bank. So in other jurisdiction and this MP the law will chase him but he's moving freely making this comment publicly. The laws, I mean, I wanna embrace one bosom to go according to the law. No, what do one say go on? Na yarisha de brainy drew primary sir. The sort of money nyimpanwa hold no obeye pay na we tua zama delegates zama polling station executives zama chairman organizers to vote for him. That is one. Yente Honorable Kennedy Ejapon and also occur Northern Region Radio Tamale na odi insembi kotugwa ewo ho odi insembi kotugwa ewo ho na yente the amount in Kofuritia because of votes. Sika amount Fulutia Kasa amount Foriji because of votes. Now, do we vote for competency or another Sika to lead us to bring development to our life?
Far away. Delegates who are far away and listening to me, I'm begging you. If you sell yourself cheap, they will buy you cheap. Some people have received huge sums of money. This election, November 4th, you have the same vote with the person. So if they don't give you 100,000, don't vote for them. Vote for Kenya Japan for development for life.
Wow.
Yes, 1 billion OCDs. If they don't give it to every delegate, vote against them. Because 945, they have the same vote as you. Some of them got as high as Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, which is about $100,000, which is about 1.2 billion, million cities. and they'll come to you and give you 2,000 and tell you, okay, we are giving you 1,000. Go vote and take a picture, then come for 1,000. It's a big insult. If they are able to give you 100,000, vote for them. If they are not able to vote for, give you 100,000, vote against them and vote for Kenya Japan for development. Again, going around and telling this story, some chairman here are saying that they never received that amount, which means even your own people don't respect you. They take you cheap, and they didn't give you that money. They get picked up. Look, do you have the pictures here? Show you. Pickups, Cape Coast, Central Region. They gave some chairman Navarra pickups. He will show you the pictures.
Okay, so those of you on Facebook, you can come. It seems Honorable has a lot of evidence to.
No, I don't lie.
There's a lot of evidence.
Please, show it.
But
the chairman happily smiling, and you are from the north, and they give you 10,000, 20,000. You see how they cheat? It means that what they have done to you, the chairman here, means that when you vote for your own brother, he will take you for granted.
Okay, so those of you on Facebook,
yes.
you can look at it. This is one of this one of
you see how she's smiling?
Yeah.
And you are from the north, you can't smile.
Sitting in one.
All the northern chairmen who did not get pickups, this time when they come, demand a pickup. Because you are equally important. Demand a pickup. They cannot cheat you all the time. Oh, my brother. Then they'll give you peanuts. Then they go to the south and they splash cash over there. So they are taking you for granted. So the people in the north vote for somebody who can bring development to this area. And no amount of intimidation should change you. Those chairmen who were intimidated and they went there to vote. Today, you see, some receive pickups. You didn't even know. I've shown you. They receive pickups.
Enti enkomo ni bi na me titi me de kiro no. So going to the extent of even buying cars for chairmen, organizers and then party AE, so that they can stand on it to vote for somebody. Is it a vote buying or is it bribery? And is that how our politics should be? And to the minimum payer or to kaze amobi de jekana to abe family. At the end of the day, nyimpano obenya demo position na. What are we expecting from that person? Over to you, Ghana. Yanko ahumanodo na yanyi ora Amon Kote nkeze enkomo. Ora Kote, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Mejidi de wapomye anope.
Wapomye. Yeah.
Yada yamiase. Anope yerizin komo and yareche in general Ghana politics being monetized. Does it amount to corruption or vote buying?
Vote buying and corruption. And corruption, if you want to properly define it, it's a build-up of about 40 activities end up in that family. And vote buying a part of follow under corruption. But we must look at it from the broad context. How do we want the political parties to be funded? And after funding, how do we expect them to create their expenditure? We have not thought of that. In some jurisdictions, political parties are giving money to run their campaign. And so they are monitored, and you can't go beyond a certain limit. Like Germany and France, political parties are giving money and they are monitored. They are controlled.
In the United States, political parties generate their own funds and can spend whatever they want to spend. So how because yes, political parties, nobody controls how they make their money, especially when they are in government. The political party law founds on foreigners bringing money into our political system. But how do we monitor it? Unless it comes up, then it becomes an issue. But almost issue on bag, water tank, how do we even monitor it? Because we are running the free market economy. I mean, you don't care about how I make my money. So what is your problem? I don't know at what stage do we call parting away with money to voters vote buying. At what stage? Because Yamfan say you want to hold a party activity at Dumpoase or Kisi, and you are inviting all the stakeholders from the whole of Central Region. You're surely going to pay transport and feeding. And if it's going to be more than 1 day program, you have to look for accommodation, isn't it? So, sir, any activities, my kind, who controls what amount that is given to anyone? Because so will be free a jar no boba I kisia, and also will be free kaswa gumwa ahai na oba kisia or sign necessary man. Who controls that? And that is where the problem is. Nobody controls anything. Political parties are supposed to submit audit report to the Electoral Commission. I don't know how all these things come to play because we see them dishing out monies. I mean, who audited accounts in Ibida to see whether they state all these things in their account in the audit report. Because to be ebefaka aba na ebekoso 200 cities transport and CB we are saying only a man of 10,000. Don't you think something is wrong? NPP super delegate conferences. We are hearing of some huge amount of money are exchanging hands with, party delegates and all that. The big crowd, Prado, Numne, Navara, Casa, Cassia, Bubudi, Nana, Yamashi Kaka. But what can you do? Who must effect their control? Vote buying, any corruption, how it's a little bit disturbing. Very disturbing,
but these politicians going on air publicly, I mean, pronouncing an amount of monies the delegate ought to be given or ought to collect before.
Yes, but there is no crime anywhere that has been established. Somebody saying that delegate say a committee crime. In our body politics, obviously we are so in cool. And she will be say Kobo Kronona or Chicheska. No. So obviously the last time I saw a video of an aspirant who was saying, he has piled down money, he has put down some money from huge dollars. And I was shocked. But why is the crime? I know the OSP or somebody could invite such a person for making such pronouncement. But hey, you the local quarter, where do you think the money is? With my proof. Wakasa and I would the chairman says, Cano, a good pass here now say, oh baby, I want to make Tracy a chronistica and all can was because that. The law will not, one send a OSP or Brevo, Silada Pound. I mean, law. You need to trace the money. Sentina, you can't digitalization, Dr. Baumia digitalization, none of them are because you say if we want to channel all our monies electronically, we can trace it. But we are digitalization, you are still printing higher denomination, 200 Ghana. So, Ghana must go more. How would you trace it?
But I'm on court. Is it not a case of concern today? I mean, getting to electioneering period now. I mean, we hear huge sums of money being mentioned in the political environment. I mean, at the end of the day, choosing, competency over money, or, even more coaches there. Okay, I've been given money, so I need to vote for this person, rather than choosing competency. Is it not a sort of worry for this country?
Who cares? At this stage, who cares? Who cares? That is why democracy, sometimes the people must be allowed to make mistakes. And these are some of the president came telling us, and the people too saw him. And say, so at the end, what do you do? Next time you learn your mistake, and then because if it's a concern, yes, but what can we do? We are not controlling political parties in this part of our country or this part of the world. We are not control. It's a concern. So until we take over our own problems and behave like how some countries are behaving. I mentioned Germany and France to you, that they control the amount of money so that in Germany you can only produce something like a pen and then a pad or something that somebody can write on it. And then you are not even supposed to produce t-shirts. Something small, and then you tell the people your peace of mind, your vision, your whatever, and then they jot things down with your pen. And that's enough. But here, we are allowed to bus people to one conference center. We are allowed to feed them. We are allowed to buy t-shirts, print t-shirts for them. We are allowed to do so many things. So, and they can always find expenditure in all these areas. Because if I'm busing people to a conference and I'm paying each person 10,000, who controls it? You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yes, it's a concern, but hey, we don't have the laws to, tighten these people. We sit down and some people in cabinet decide everything for us in terms of, let's say, we want to build Cape Coast Sports Stadium. Somebody built a sports stadium with $5 million, and we want to do same. But at the end, we are going to pay 35 million, and nobody seems to be bothered. The process is so bad that by the time you start shouting, you are turning into a law that when somebody moots the idea, and the idea has been conceived at a presidential cabinet level, and then a subcommittee is set up. Then they look for a transaction advisor. They bring their queuing situations. We are going to get the land. We did all the things that goes into building. Then they part the whole system, put things in money somewhere that's not supposed to be and all that. And they bring the document to cabinet back. The minister takes it, send it to parliament. Because we have some executives who play double role. They play dual roles. They are parliamentarians and at the same time executive. So when the issue comes to parliament, they all go and vote, and they have the numbers. So the opposition will make noise. Oh, are there any board? Before you say Jack, they vote, and it becomes law. Before civil society organizations will see the how do you see a 25 capacity stadium? You see, Kenya, 2 million. You see, 3 million. I didn't think I inquired the 35 million. That time you have voted Adani law. So who cares? You understand what I'm saying? And this is where corruption starts. So we should have a new government or a government that will tell us that any project that is above 1 million, civil society will play a role in it before it becomes law. Then that is where we are tightening the noose around corruption. It can also be replayed down there at the district level. So district project Biano, stakeholders in the district will also approve before it becomes law. Then we are doing proper things. But if the Professor allegation, if it is true, why should it be so? Where people are taking money up front before project contracts are issued and all that. So they steal the money, go around the campaign, share the money, and then you call me and meanwhile, and maybe you yourself found food to eat. But we are discussing some thieves who have stolen our money and sharing it.
But Mr. Kote, in other jurisdictions, I mean, these cases or these comments would have been investigated. I mean,
by who?
Maker in other jurisdictions. I mean,
yeah, but not the other jurisdiction. But here we are using if you want to use the fish theory, the fish start rotting from the head, and if the top is rotten, that is what I'm driving at.
Does that mean that our laws in this country, because of a certain influence into those, I mean, empowered to
what laws are you referring to? For instance, which law?
Laws on corruption. I mean, we have agencies, Yoko, OSP, and then
agencies, Yoko in Ghana. One have to steal before you take him to court. I'm talking about stopping the stealing from the beginning. But not when the person has stolen the money and has given some to his wife and girlfriend, and some has even reached the people you are calling Yoko and whatever. What can they do?
Now, on the system, day. I mean, our political economy, no, and no one say you do day. Obia roko abenim offer the sika metuama spending. I need to go and then recoup that money.
Of course,
over development that they preached.
But who cares about your development? They're politicians. You think they care about your? No. He must keep the party running. Mm-hmm. He must keep his pocket full. That is the objective, not your development. Who cares about your development? That's what I'm saying. That you are still coming back to where I don't even understand. The corruption starts from the top. And how we do procurement is there is no law to do anything. My mouth clear example. So if we want to build a university at Kaswa, university with 10 faculties, each faculty block, we know how it costs. But if by way of adjusting figures at the inception, a bedroom middle and baby you are now going to complain. And now Senator. And this is what is happening all over, from national level to the regional level and the district. So then the Bank of Ghana, clear Bank of Ghana, for example, also you see a headquarters. Initial budget 81 million. Now Nantia could do 170. She said and I'm 250 billion. And everybody is watching. Even 250, no, I'm sure say someone in Vienna next year it will still move to somewhere 300. And everybody is watching. This is criminal. So what is Yoko going to do about this?
This money, sir, the political actors will channel. Normal, we should accept it, or I mean, a time will come.
What can you do? Maybe you have to go to church and pray, and then it becomes abnormal. But with the situation, I'm saying, sir, we don't have laws to control anybody. So people have money, they put money in their Ghana must go, and they are sitting somewhere. You go and vote, come and take. I mean, where is the police? Where is the Yoko to chase them? I mean, the allegations are, yes, they made wild allegations. I mean, people were sitting there with the money in the back. At that time, why didn't they call the police? And the police reassured the police they have the capacity to go and apprehend somebody there. Where is that one coming from? That powers of the police or Yoko that we are talking about, or Kunyasa powers in a way. And they are stealing. Everybody is stealing. Even in the churches, they are using the same tactics to steal. Even in the chieftaincy, they use the same tactics to steal. Everybody is using it. So it is now some kind of normalization situation. So
are we going to see different, environments in the years to come with regards to
some political parties they will be bold enough to streamline these areas. For instance, if a political party comes to tell us that any project above $1 million, civil society will come in before it is done. That is a plus for that government. And then we, the citizens, should be happy that he has made such a pledge. And then we'll move on. But with this kind of situation where cabinet subcommittee and then transaction advisors are brought in, and then they come, when you talk, they say, oh, yes, our own is the same 25 million capacity, whatever. But this one, we are going to put something small here. We are going to add, then they spoil the argument, Because if you are putting up a stadium, everybody knows that a stadium is a stadium. Mm-hmm. That 25,000 capacity stadium finishes. But the price will balloon from the initial price that we know to some, that kind of stealing. They steal the money, distribute it among their party activists, and then they redistribute it, and we move on. And everybody is quiet. So what can you do? I don't know what we can do. We only come and talk about it. Meanwhile, they are stealing the money. The money is in their bank, in their pocket, in their houses, some under their bed. and the two of us are waiting our data on them. Because they are sitting somewhere as they are listening to us now. Look at this morning, maybe they have prepared some hot eto and kamfrabi for them, and they are chopping, and they will be laughing at us. What can we do?
All right, and that's it. Let's keep praying. I believe that a time will come. We'll have a different crop of leaders. They will be on their feet that no, we will not accept it. So I believe in that.
Okay. I like your spirit. That's fine. Here's in a near how many years?
Oh, by 20 years to come.
20.
By 20 years to come. Oh, you don't believe that?
No, unless I see some roadmap towards that.
Okay.
My relative be no a teacher. For example, Peter be the criminal. Now, one grandmother be complaining and say, every time I say quiet period now you true dinner. My grandson on your true din first, and then the grandson so no they be no wada so on here. And then the head teacher no decided to observe what was going on. Do you know at that stage, class 2, no, the one who writes the names, no, na or who say my colleague na my friend student, no, they be a scout, no.
Okay.
And there was this agreement, say, Omaniska, and that's all between class 2, and he say a gentleman, no, small boy, no, you can say the time near idea, in 18 to 1. Me actually did that because he is not paying. And the teacher also observe way or share or casting and form some team 2 tables or share. So just small boy anything theater so straight. But the being by and none in the first. And who say at this stage we share class 2, share corruption or yeah. And to who see 20 years, you know. Let's see how it will 20 years then you call me and convince me say aye.
Ramokwete, and that's it.
You miss me that.
All right. Ebusia ora amonkote na yinikozi in common or political experts, local governance experts, and so elho and yinikozi in common. Na omai konkron Ghana akonenyim. But then mamumbo the voice Mr. Yao a champion boafo on the national president Ghana Bar Association. Ewo one bar conference obey no keep her. One take on corruption and then the call on the government to do something about it.
It is fair to say that our public service and offices are riddled with bribery, embezzlement, and corruption. Procurement breaches are rife, serving a steady flow of questionable wealth for some public officers. Corruption permeates all levels of the public sector and social arrangements. Scandals by public and political and public officers and civil servants are commonplace. There is even the fear that corruption has become normalized. The annual Auditor General's report with its attendant public hearings and the revelations therein, although not new, still make a sad commentary on the state of corruption, plundering, embezzlement, and mismanagement of the public purse in this country. We cannot be proud and satisfied with how Ghana has fared on the recent ranking on the Transparency International Corruption Index and the Index of Public Integrity. We cannot continue like this. Things must change. By way of remedial steps, the bar proposes that as a people, we go back to the basics. Let us imbue in our children the cultural and social norms and values and virtues of honest labor, decency, and integrity. Can we stop celebrating and covering up for persons, especially those in the public service, who suddenly become rich and acquire properties without questioning how they came by them? Under Article 35(8) of the Constitution, there is an obligation on the state to eradicate corrupt practices and abuse of power. In that regard, while we acknowledge reasonable efforts in the fight against corruption in recent years, we however hold the view that there is room for improvement. Things could have been better. What about making sure that appointing authorities only appoint men and women of real competence and proven integrity, and not necessarily on grounds of personal preferences or partisan or sectional interests, or on the considerations of patronage, or even by how much financial resources an appointee contributed to the electoral victory? Can we have a system where laws and sanctions for breaches are consistently and fairly enforced, where people in public offices who embezzle resources are dealt with according to law? In that regard, the GBA looks forward to the swift passage of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, which we believe will ensure and instill a culture of accountability and integrity amongst public officers. We call on government and parliament to prioritize and work closely together in making it a reality. Enough of the lip service. Mr. President, the GBA will remind you of a public undertaking in December 2016, following your election as the 5th president of the Fourth Republic thus. If your goal in coming into government is to enrich yourself, then don't come. Go to the private sector. Public service is going to be exactly that, public service. This undertaking gave hope to Ghanaians of the emergence of a new dawn of politics. However, it is our respectful view that several reported corruption-related incidents involving some of your appointees and also amongst some public officers under your administration, and the largely lethargic manner with which they are dealt with and even defended and protected, leaves a lot to be desired. It must be stressed that as president, the painful truth is that the buck stops with you. It is enough to say that it will be a sad period for our democratic governance if such a public undertaking that gave millions of Ghanaians hope end up as the usual campaign rhetoric by a politician. The jury is still out on this one. Mr. President, we'll hold you to your undertaking.
Onya yati linki eye Orayao, a champion, Buafo, National President, Ghana Bar Association. Omeki these comments and this statement. Wabra oye Ghana Bar Association oye one conference ewo Cape Coast aha ena ye kwatwe inzinibi yase abrono na nakwikwahin na Osman Waretinase na yizin komo ibubu ya homani azatum na wonso aba. These politicians quoting these sums of money. As a youth, how much do you get? I'll be back.
Killer Cut Blast, Asankam Asankam Festival 2023. Annual Saka Wakalanda 1st December. The biggest food festival will be happening live at the forecourt of Robert Mensah Sports Stadium. Sidu Cape Coast. Hey, Aze Muhianyu Asanka. Beside the Ebedi Banam Ponebe Dam, our pressure bravo. Oye Fufu Nade Banku. Hey, Padinos or Mutu. In your honor na Konkonte. Friday, the 1st of December 2023. Ebeti Fini Asana. This year is going to be massive on Sunday. The executioner wraps of all Bradford will be live. And good music from then till now.
What's good, my people? This is a Bradford, the Ghana Rap Shuffle. I'll be live in living color. It's going to be massive. Come, I'll be looking forward to seeing you. It's back to back hits. Remember, this is proudly brought to you by Kastle 90.3 FM. Come eat free. Let's celebrate our farmers on this special day. From 9 a.m. sharp, let's eat, make friends, and have fun. For sponsorship or to book a stand, give us a call on 0244 406 500 or 0244 743 143.
All right, yama wakwa babio and famra Kastle 90.3 FM and the pay atenasi irizi in komo afa on my concro Ghana home. Yes, we are all being citizens, not spectators. Osman, Dawinga, Akwaba.
Yenya.
Apome.
Yankopon nado. Bia yeboko. Metiza waso unhuye.
Yeah, dem yase maso muhuye pa. Yes. If you yeboko obi ahuye ofie.
Yes, Kwamina, bia yeboko. If you for bia ne huye. Yankopon nado. Yenti asembo ne bia. Yegudunti no. Yankopon na yede na ase. Metiza waso wofie na wobusuafo na wonyankofo. Obi a ne huye.
Obi ahuye. Yenti asembo ni bia nyameze obi a ne nkwaza achen yen.
Yede Yankopon na ase. Na 1st December.
Asankem.
Me say weekend ma adwene ho anko. Me say ma mempɛ ma asanka na mo fanto. Nti Yankopon na yɛhyɛ no kwatentene wa na apomedzen. Na asankem nzi.
Honorable say ka chende onye on the special one from a known phobia needs in mbo.
Enyo on customize
asanka.
Ama foi asanka neba no mo hwe no asanka neba no. I mean them days obede.
Afizi on ya ago cry.
Na papa no so areba no. Rap sofo.
Ese academy nyumi. Academy nyumi ya.
Comiel. Comiel luba sochi. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Comiel luba sochi. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Oya senkamo. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Fufu banku kokonte. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Zehia iwasanka. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Kastle FM za baby. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua. Oruba sochi. Pensua.
All right, Friday, my matu ni nyina ai. Kweku Akwaba.
Kwame na yenia.
Apo.
Nyamna dum no so.
And me hu da nyama bi bo and
I say your breast cancer.
Okay. So you are campaigning.
Breast cancer campaign and you good area.
Oh, okay.
Breast cancer na adwene me safan ko ten wonye memphis wotum wonye bi. Yeah. And all the breast cancer bia ado ye the chere your breast cancer awareness month me symbol to them.
Okay.
TV because we not presenters now in the na wo pa.
Okay.
Some of the TV stations come logos no called Bias and Sano. Ni na awareness here create. It must create awareness ni bi.
Oh here.
Oh here for awareness.
All right. And pay me give den criteria no kra na bi mi yembodo na yenko our issue for the day.
Come na pay me bushan for wo ten na achi na yamona kwaba and from the Kastle 90.3 FM. Kastle in the morning and I pay when I so good at OT. Na and the pay so YouTube bigu Facebook into join our Facebook na and that pay so also conversation and the pay have no was to me na nibi na share one other social media on YouTube and after TikTok, Snapchat and Instagram and after X and na stream live one na Kastle 90.3 FM on Facebook zena Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast Ekope and as watching chair that one repair version ya jembel na ya kankana yesi amo oferi CCI and I yet na say actually you me that chere that mo oye the boka ta wa kansa no munsam no able to sarabasa na yezi amo sharan so dan pay kan wadwe morning show no yet na say you good use your man Ghana hon come na mesha sa the hawk the boka ta and amadesha sa na mazi amo na bozin your factual stories what knowing na epebiato kopem Mr. Bani bibi autographic oye Cape Coast area chemo Kastle Kwantempono do onye senate for wonder kase no nya abanyim Ghana commercial bank main branch no nechi wo pe ho ena Mr. Bani we kwa na kare pe the hawk the boka tabi na to nsem wo miye pa ebe bi na kankan na mambo nsem bia abadegwa man pem fama mesha say na masha sa banner headline awda hanom was in na appear mensa number 1 Nimfanyin Edahanum in Chankano on no CEO Zema or a good dealership company often men's good and on no dana Securities and Exchange Commission your Bank of Ghana wachema no you must be no reason no and on quay wagen license will finish some na amafa and about one gate one sika what I can show your men's good oye edwumanuma ena nka wo hwe na faso bo ho em wetum wenya na nzama ho para waze ye no wetum woda ye no once kekam na imprempre no dan ifire mezi nkomo na na apia mensa number 1 ne men's good no was a 5 million Ghana cedis akama Ghana Police Service headquarters our Accra CID the one jeda one share na one share say na one distribute one processor companies bay that one from na one took na one zero no na one sanka one scan da munko fo we ni na no nam one is a 5 million Ghana cedi kama process for the 1J na one shas one chama oil client and pay the hog the bucket what them 75 million Ghana cedi kan sika no or 50 billion o cities and a penny mun sembi no the hawk or the b or the aba no so ya kabina ya the chow hanum na and pay the hawk is the late lawyer Akoto Ampao na mfa na about hanum na Akoto Ampao them last week Friday ya tell one from no in the call says yankopa na atunsa for a lawyer Akoto Ampao and pay the hawk all kan mun sembi na order chana eshuma lawyer Akoto Ampao baby and zimbade go ye pa magana phone ye pa afaba 2013 wabra MP amane kuno was the oye EC kopem electoral commission na first oye election petition under the Fourth Republic obopem Ghana no papa we no ka lawyer fa which was the AG or MPP in President Kufa then candidate no which was agent if for 2017 any time when you could sort of EC Nikopem Ewo Supreme Court Ewo or 2016 2020 election petition no papa we no no yem renew ozenyim zema or President Kufa no so no zenyim yepa ewanum na what na one said last week Friday na za cross no zibade gwa Emma Ghana for kan wasem yepa Eshema gay nye lesbian no na one right today bidum one fan wuzi na one right no papa we no zenyim ye pa there or one writer enti anapay the hog the bucket no mun sem zaba lawyer Akoto Ampao says why late what no fin about hanma what kan mun sem bi what to go e wa hanma na pay yereka bina yede chow e wa na the hog the bucket na magina ma NDC communicator bia wafan oya Kwame Dennis Ofori Asedu na be in fee dubia ko 11 years ni ena nka opade okaye mbrenyimi oya lawyer na says ya no oya communicator kake chare communicating why is am in this among kuna says yarazi wa calling into the bar and pay oye the hawk the bakata no ozi aba ewa hanum na nas one no ena oye a free fa mensa and orchestra chema I will lead vagabonds to beat the hell of you MPP amanya kuna a free fa mensa oye some chenyo kete chiro kada masam no the MP abado kun penfo ozi enyim no so am fa dem akwanum ye na 2024 MPP ntum win oye abengwa no when break 8 na ono e free from me so obezi oye vagabond phone enyim na wetum na wa bro oye MPP amanya kun penfo ozi enyim and pay the hog the bakata no ordinum semizaba ebenyi bina kankan ewom one man no share bina ya de cha awana manfa the daily statement manfa nchedo na manfa mo ewa hanum na daily statement and the chief justice oye justice oye Gertrude Arba Isaba Tokunu Saki nimfena about enyima hanum na efutu and also ko ozi ama oye alaya fa wetum na wa pass one out na nse ya edanu oye yo does be feel wa pass one out ono and chief justice ozi efutu zo kwa mo one day ejuma wakan won de mbrete echi intembra won na work actively na one share na won tu no fanya ejuma and a statement no so ozi aba ewo ahanam na ebruyen and ochema Osankabaya nka impempen every gardens every botanical gardens obaya enka yem privatizing ya fashion okrubinsa na wontu na maintain oya gardens no ntum na onje na nado na hwana woba oya sahwa no wetu okopem won ma wonenye tuma ye won ma na pay statement ordinary sembi ozi aba elhanum na statement korea na madam gina ma and pay ochema Volta River Authority as ban afroa was ma oya flood affected communities afro meche dam wo boy no communities anon konkro we Asia oye nsu no wetu aka ha no VR wahwe na relief items afro no was ma oye de mun konkro na nyina na and pay the statement ordinary sembi ozi aba elhanum NP amanya kurusu nyina yenyim there this weekend the following weekend about next week Saturday 4th November and one national another one presidential minister oba ishado no obotu no abado elhanum na ono and a national council of elders wachema party mpanyimfo party oye chitafo one with the party chinya delegating na no wampare obati de watu aba a mentemo ase na afa pinte bi esi elhanum wope oye incident free prime minister and pay MPP council of oye elders wasn't about to go and pay statement ozi aba elhanum na former finance minister oye Yewura Setepe and also ozi about to go okro oye Accra oye high court what na se na Dr. Kastle to force and some ways no okopem no kind cross examination ono chema letters of credence no ono ozman and order and then deputy minister or Dr. Kastle to force the ontumanka JF Bank of Ghana the ambulance won procure e man pay statement no so ozi bizaba e wa hanma and pay yer kabina ye de chew e wan ma mefi statement na yanko de bokata won kaya kana memfa ne musembi memfa mazi oye de bokata a nizin ezi daily graphic okuni graphic and amaze chedo na metum na mezi amo e wa hanam na mental medical and dental council mpanyfo and a worker see wachema aban kobaya in conscious or implement low cost drug policy and actually in dribi aro on ma the mundu so be no here be nyimi ya wotu akota no bono other from kra intervention and tentama on for them low cost drug policy in front wa obotu wa bon nkofo wo here the mundu no wetu wo ze dwuma aro no wo on ma on so na pay medical and dental council for worker what the chire oye abana and pay enya okuni graphic kada photo de ba san odnum nsembi ozi atugwa ewanum kada photo de ba san ena mekagina na wan man se me esiapon amoko University of Education winiba yenya GA pa na 2023 oye tertiary business science challenge no ye beat University of Cape Coast na yezim kwanyim University of Education winiba yetum yezim kwanyim na pay ehwema tertiary business science challenge yes first or the first yes ye beat UCC University of Cape Coast ye beat one in the winiba yena yaji 2023 champions this yena da na pay karafoto de basa wadnum nsembi wazi aba ewan ma yakabina erechow ewan na karafoto de sia en America gina na wachema cabinet okọ retreat na retreat okre no wachema next year aban sika obotwa that to the basic juma no on the basic juma wonzi ma wonka de wohia supplementary budget and wohia skebi wanchan that means me information minister Kojo upon kroma and our government will spend within means next year. Now, on the maybe said the next year's election year. But me, I am to me. As I'm saying,
but young Jenny de Mayo on a how, as a country, we can control the political economy in this country. The political economy in this country. But MPP did let Taba. Na ninyina fa oye wane election a obokono na mamenkan ewa hade obia nsashase the secretary presidential election committee William Yamwa na also clarification on November 4th presidential election and payment of membership dues. The presidential election committee has been made aware of some concerns and rumors regarding the participation of delegates in the upcoming presidential election based on the payment status of their membership dues. The committee would like to clarify that while we strongly encourage all party members, supporters and sympathizers to fulfill their financial obligations as enshrined in the party's constitution, no delegates or individual designated as such shall be deprived of their voting right on the grounds of non-payment of dues. It is reaffirmed that every delegate shall retain their right to cast their votes, and no one shall be disallowed due to outstanding membership dues. We appreciate your ongoing cooperation in upholding the principles of our party. Thank you, William Yamwa, Secretary, Presidential Election Committee, and Ozzy Aban Inti Ochodenka. But Osman, how do we control our political economy in this country with regards to the recent pronouncement Ibn Wari Jacars 100,000 Ghana cedis, and then how do we control the political economy?
Yes, Kwamina, Mamenda was you na yama yenete funa shrefu nyina akwa bebe from Kastle 90.3 FM na yongudu yenda wana sada bibia wotu mwaka yehu no this particular radio station number 1 wo Central Region, Cape Coast, and even Ghana and beyond. And I one day say wo enuanome yakofo abochira Kwamina, my brother my cousin was South Korea. The bia monitor platform we also one Ghanaian community when you be now to watch and show no pants no you don't want to that we are to na one monitor young platform with Kwamina, I think that when it comes to issues with oil and politics, you know, and how and the proliferation of money, what be busy and then you can it tells you the states are the Ghana ya be able do. Inti yakadanka politics and by the competing of ideas. And today be I make a say the two major political parties now carry the Ghana had now. You would pick up NDC, abakada where the socialist Democrats for no. And I say NPP abakada ones who are the capitalist. But in there is no economy, there is no country in the world that abakada on contains the white judgment there that extreme ideology no ozi yejuma. Wakatu niya na wazi aboma wazi yejuma. It's interestingly say abokoma de bana abakada NPP fumpa abakada where capitalist no. And they try to do more of the social interventions no. What more yet now NDC for once what more cartoon na was it and that is the true fact of how we are seeing madin no yet to evolve as a nation yet to evolve as a people into company can you compete with ideas now yes you been here sky able to na able push because I don't do one Asia come you would need money to mobilize or the grassroots no to get those numbers now as no but unfortunately that must can assist young comfort more no or not just to mobilize Nimpano, but to be able to buy their way into power and then authority. And that is why I feel there a very, very big challenger in the Ochada Yuntum na Yensano. I mean, there's been a lot of advocacy there and then go forward into governance and even into politics in Pono. When they come in, Nkayentuna won't declare one asset to know how much they are worth and then how much they are going to be worth after they've gained that more political advantage, you know. But is that the case of coming when you now? No, it is not working like that. In those days, in the political elitism and under the political class, you know, one of what to one is car. But in there is a certain middle bet to be one another to more control young political parties in they are the real politicians, you know. But when you as politicians, besides the businessmen and what to more fun political parties, you know, once can offer you from what to know about coming. You see, a little bit dicey kakra. Inti ya the grassroots no ya the person no downtrodden no. No so wa abashe team that say menya bibi mfi party bi natural. Monko join. Inti as na kwa today sikana na ndotum na or control every aspect of it. And there is obi or wa apathic when it comes to voting. Sa ankwa nkomo niska onko to aba. Or any civic responsibility. Inti bi ka sembi da sabe say awo afi da nyim nyansa no sankwa nkoto aba na sabe kwasie bi wa akoto aba na wa ma aba no fu be bezi wonyim. And these are the things we are talking about. Inti kwam now when it comes to monetary aspects kasam na zena I think you been here the reorientation of the Ghanaian mindset of which me sure them pimping we are ready for that thing no. In as much as you been since 2000 you went PP you been NDC Professor Musna John Mahama, one Mambu, Yabenya NPP bill for 8 years. And then we are still at the state again, you food and cable to Nankaya. What is changing? Nothing. But in the Sekwa Kotu Aba, it is still going to be the same two political parties we know. One or two now will lead Dama stand man for two was it. It's a bit of question there. In as much as the Yerusiba on one home was in Iba on one home was in Iba, Scott Mobabenya, no wage mono to one yet. But yes, we will still get new power. What did this political parties in Wenichi? Is it because of the fact that today, when you say be one year now, now come and by your dream, say, Obi paid you mompana wire. If you don't belong to a certain political party and then your family is not known to be a certain part of a certain political party, every year be na kwa and where on your secret, you know, anymore day. Kwekwan ya we kwamina ya we anka na bia we obi oti na fie no oya we nti na se botumo nyo purchase according security services a ebia na onya wo directly o but ebia wo papa another wo nua bi another ebia wo yanku bi belong to a political party before you get the chance to move in nti ne nyina kasikasam ne ho nti ama the elite no ba so powerful nti oba na yentum yenche I don't know where it is coming from but when it comes to protocol sometimes it exists. But now it becomes the protocol not by us that more political parties apparatchiks. Until there will be an executive member, one man slot a chairman, one man slot a bill, one man slot a basa. this is how we are doing, this is how we are manipulating our economy, this is how we are manipulating our country. In terms of madam patriotism na yebenya da yemfon so mo man no menya ko papa mfan ko the party bi na chire no, and it is no more it's about the benefit you are going to get personally in terms of the selfish and other the parochial interest obi obenya ntino. I know this is a political party echi into come when it comes to proliferation of money, vote buying, that is the genesis of it. Okay. Until the people will buy their way into power. And also to vote. No, he's expecting there. So when you cut directly now, in the end, at least no direct benefit be but what about the rest of Ghanaians? Until they say NPP Babino man not NDC Funya Wanya Ghana Fana. Say NPP for so another NDC for Babino or NPP Funya Wanya Ghana Fana. We are trying to build a country. It's our in the fear it's our also share the same sentiment in the woman that I'm a reorientation of fire and kasa yenadweno na yewunda omana ye no it's about the competing of ideas. Two political parties in obias and the manifesto baba a scrutinizer if you have cast and they don't know the guasum but come in and say quite some work can when there if you were on your feasible chile on to me yo about to now we implement but as to how about to me the quality of service being here as a Ghanaian no or to then. So I think these are the things we start able to na yebeshe. But with the issue about money no coming na obeying they able to na yebesesa. Yes, obeying.
Kweku, how do we control political economy in Ghana?
Mbria was no kwana 1 year na nkofo ye den kobayanka as a man yem fund the activities of political parties. Because your politicians they are being sponsored by businessmen and business moguls and Oscar. So when those political parties so overpower, then also they will know those business people no. That's why businessman be a politician. But I any business be what started with the news one day. BBC na be our media house of Canada, BBC no staff or come sama, then they start to threaten those business owners, just because my business owners in the share political party power party to feel there. What power? They are also helping those business owners, They don't expect they will make the government unpopular. In terms of what start today, what attack one? Ebia the business owner not supposed because of what party of power into obey some taxes bill channel or I'm tax waivers nazi. So people always ask there in Britain as a man get discover share those political parties in manner or activities manner. But come there you see politics of nowadays in this country, not in Ghana, in Africa, and you see there the highest bidder always gets it. Even your politics on your function, not only political parties. When you go to the churches, when you go to the to so many institutions, even investors, faith group organizations, Nazar, even money plays in there. Even to get even vice chancellor, to get registrar, to get pro vice chancellor, to get petitions in these institutions or what have you, money plays a role in there. The highest bidder gets it. Not always, but about 90% of them, the highest bidder in Onya. Come to even the media house.
Choosing that over competency.
Yes. Come even to the media house. What media percentage about that? Most of these awards institutions in Yano, what's one vote? Yeah. So everything will become a win. Then management company as someone. But because of that, what is kind of what the 2 votes in the kind of Odenya. So not only politics na ibone school. Everything be able to Ghana they be in Africa. What discuss. And because of that politician no say F and there the political side now all this question because come now let me tell you most of these politicians when we what this question when win elections when your positions are the most of them I want to go to school ibon wa bossa into about do ko chere miskano anasa and yes to me for no hena dwin na yen ska hena dwin na yen there yangiska no kwa 4 years of yen yeska bia wo bi to yenje.
Someone know this case you pump.
Yes, of course. We discover obi anyi wo kam no de no say wo so gremon katafel.
So I mean, must you pay me, must you give me money before I can choose the person that I want?
And it is time more than one yenya mental emancipation say be born more kind yen change of mind there because 4 years say mangiska no kwa me hunu biem chanda 4 years marriage be so no more 1,000 Ghana 10,000 na them 4 years no abada na botu wa years amo and since abu we fiscal good you we fiscal side o fiscal good na was you is aba properties ibim waja cars ibim je eden ibim je moto ibim je sewing machines ibim je mobile phones ibim je laptop not only money and obana mewa oman na da ko fubo ze ma yebre because obi be pre MP obi be pre minister obi be pre na ba we position bi na sa o da menze ben na ma oba first no ba yende obenye da menze ben na ska o ye obenye back again into for 4 years wo kwa da wona nka etu abama na epero ye mo no 4 years no on to be here more because ska ba ye nyina no odo park so elo no ka je otumo ko chere loans no president so benye no personally and so na obosha me na wo yenze hia but come and mind you ye nyimra bia ware usu na mko ofo kwan samra mra bi wo wa ya bakare ye hunde we o chesika o ye yiwo ma nkara mba ye bawe won mra bi anyo and even asset declaration ka ye kan asam ka bi se ro ye mo Ghana ha there obi ka public office bi to the MP and a minister and MC and a DC and a president and vice president and a speaker of parliament ye mo we declare any asset am a 4 years so no orokwa ye hunde obe no before baba no get V8 1 but if you no get V8 10 ne salary botuma terem V8 10 na but the one bring your age more Ghana in obi CEO of institution here just within 1 year go to Accra and see come na but obi just 1 year pay obi a CEO and MD of a state institution 1 year the kind of no waste mansions not building no mansions and you ask yourself there the more 1 year the salary no so 100,000 Ghana say go to is the mansion ana bisera misko nye finfa bisa wona the misko nye finfa obi bazi position just 1 year na kasa wato anwunye wenya ebi mbo wotum water down outside the country and ask yourself there the must be no zino onye ska wan for kwato da madano
okay
but because the yenyim bra bia ho into watches ka that's why you want kwame na so when you know watches can na say so oche be billions of cities or billions of dollars kwamba obenya inta na oche no onyim okanya ho dem MP bon ne voice se hwe MP afa Robin I am MP no ba asam wo sa boss sa yin fine
yes
I no ba asam look at what he's saying he knows there so chess can na mpo kwa he'll get that money back even more than that that's why he's saying that if we are to be in any serious country like this man come and no a member of parliament if you are to be in any serious country the member of parliament be wakade mo ba chebe no so ba che more than that hey
Kweku yama college in Mbrim.
Come and even see na Ghana ze.
Me wude elihiti ba.
Ghana ze. Amezara an pama ba matame se me chamata ya pai. Ebi an pe bi companies kan to koko.
Koso wotai.
Obi nyes kan to koko bono me.
Every say your boy how many as out na won so abem 0244408354 0244408046. Good morning, Kawadin.
Man want to Papa
Samson.
Asankem festival bia Cape Coast yezini wa Kastle FM all the way the mine na be so abedo you free wo here wa sanka ba kunte ho die hu ho fu ho benku ho e ba nkwan bia bi nkwan nkwan nkati konto green nkwan ya de also from all party na play with bancha that wo fu to fe but the to ka perimpo Asankem the best festival in Ghana Papa mun kuma samda Sorry, I hinder the Ebusan Anton Tomo. I hinder a period Ebusan the film, Ebusan the film, baby dying in and Ebusan was some money beara. Take it all to Abba, Obia, he'll be an Cassa. Now he will also war, more man to open, he will break 18 in 2 months. Breaking the 8 is possible,
Madasi. Good morning, Kawadin.
What are we saying, Savoy?
Yo,
Monia. Ale pe nyango polo nchire wo dwumeza amuru
so
Monia kama ede abofu na yeka fhwe woni issue democracy no eba Africa democracy on tire abofu wo na yekomuni na ibusen boyi beye institution bi peina na dindo ori yedwumeza tuwa mechimo obobo mo beye chimo obobo odachi ana nde gana no mo ne outer Africa no pay for you what the way I'm a babu no but would you know my bad way the management and that's an a babu be paying you know my bad and a common said the man why you mark him there or be on the kitchen pay the open on the stand up the more because you put on a common and you are finding a papa and go up with my mamma you put on not that far in Jagamit one maybe you know one and see a senate said Gully was so you were state is a who are what's a catastrophe or a corruption. Them working up. I said, "Oh, pay me baby. They want to do me better. Them and kill king. What is the new one? You want to do on the bay? Or to my do man is telling pay for the better. Since you ain't done this, you have been affected and work will go to the better. Why you doing? And Kobe. I move one cup. I move one cup. Over 2 hours because of a move one cup.
But that's it.
The moment when you get the man with it don't have to be. It's a paper is in our boy.
Master Madasi, baby. Good morning, Kawajan. Kawajan.
Mana so kwamna isuman. Kwamna pia na egura tankuma ansa nekuru. Kwamna. Asankan dana ya deba papa na menyi FKK na menyi ne bedi asankan mu edubana ma wakwenye.
Okay.
Mo kwama samuda. Mapela kwamna ebise a police fu edema. Abadinti what area wabo 8 o'clock and I patrol team what baby jina be akol what do of ICD what do call wabo 9 pepper interview papa there Abadinti na political party what to menenchi what you mo all cheche wumi and I 9 something quite the first one baby no I want to ICD na me be police commander as a route the was so good at 10 years. Ma womba no wale yen oya titi we menyim. Sabi obi taka adema driver don fanye man no may no good says. The way that is it's no way the police every time biara no oba baby jenka akwem no waje jinska. How come?
All right.
Police commander Mr. Wa Bongbaten na womba too na that time I want to be jinska no are you too early? I beg you.
Medasi.
Sinu ankwamna. Masa kama sama. Tu anubana manyen. Oye ten do. Oye too much. Your brother do. Your stepfather do.
Medasi. Good morning, Kawajen.
Yo, Dada. Good morning.
Good morning, Papa.
Pocho wa pome.
Nyami adumo pocho wonso. Hello. Oh, now humana to call. Good morning, Kawajen. Kawajen. Hello.
Mama Honto.
Yo, Mr. Wanda, Mr. Kenny.
Yeah, my Kasafi, I can't do.
Okay, into.
Ma, Kukwai in the king. You're better than. You're better than the means of all the king. Now, you somehow, I have some papa. You're better than you do. Because you was seeing. Oh, was seeing. Overcome some dead what it's saying. Well, I'm a name in Ska 4 years. I'm 10,000. I know I'm 1,000. Not 4 years and Mokonda or one mayor. One in the milk vision. It's kind of for the man. Yeah. And many dollars be paying in you. And it's in your bush paying now. We see in your bush paying now. And many therefore there should be a leaders. Nobody can do. Now you go to major party, NPP, NDC. Now we many. Now more quick. Give a some papa. We are not breaking the 8 is possible.
That's it.
Breaking it is possible. I don't know what the break 8. I'm just going to break 8. I'm just going to do my coffee.
But that's it.
Yo, man, I
mean, sure. Good morning, Kawajen.
No,
Abaniama. Oh, okay. 0244408354 0244408046 03320 Good morning. Mr. Fi radio no kra na ye ntumi ankasa. Fi radio no ho ai. One of
Elmina.
Okay.
From Kwame.
Into.
Bojo, police for one year pass, you want to
police for why then?
Mutia and a pair of 5 city to from the mobile pay to Madame, why didn't you fufu?
Maybe. A chair 5 cities today.
Corruption has its own paying for the wide job to so
good morning, Kawadin.
Man went to Prime Minister man.
Ayo, I know Miss Aka.
Abaniam way.
Aban into.
And I may have when you mention come MP first scratch over so Abra I think Kamanga to this one come out, it got to other Penawamo, Abulun Quay. And I may come out in Najan Watua. Yes, yeah, open a simple open Abra Kamanga MPAGC. And put your call the brave door a young change. What is a cocoa road? This is the Abba Kamanga say, oh, cocoa, that was cocoa, what is road to Accra. When you cocoa, I don't know why you walk when you can cocoa, I've been on young community. You put Jenny. It's a problem continue by a monk. Look, I must man. It's a fair to put you into quarter for a bush road. Yes, everything, Madame. What is your own tomorrow yet? A road on Bulko time on my respect man. Then I to the area to the young here. If we go baby, I can't know yet.
And that's it, baby. All right, and we say to na and far offer for be a bill. Is the of